Hello everybody, I'm back. This is TonTon and I'm very happy to announce you that I got my hand on the latest Studio Series figures. This is the Overload, which is a Constructicon and a final 2 component of Devastator. So this is the review of Leader Class Overload from Transformer Revenge of the Fallen. And this is Overload in his vehicle form, and he's a giant dump truck. Like that is what they wrote in Wikipedia. So this mod looks okay because we have never seen a very detailed looks of the dump truck in the Revenge of the Fallen movies. But I must say that this shows really well the capture of the vehicle mode. As you can see, there are a lot of details and the wheels are functional, which is nice. But then we also have that big piece of Big Master head in Devastator mode, which is kind of annoying. But then yeah, I am wondering why don't they just include that onto Big Master, and why they have to show a piece of Big Master separately? This is a very confusing part. And the other thing is that, as you can see, we have a lot of robot joint in showing out, and I'm going to talk in a minute about the details of that. Otherwise, this is a fairly decent vehicle mode, but if I'm gonna display him, I'm gonna remove that green-gray neck thing of Devastator away to make it look more realistic. Like I have mentioned earlier, to review the vehicle mode, I'm gonna remove this piece. It's an easy attachment. You just put it here and try to squeeze it, and this locks in the two tab here. I'm gonna put this away for now. This is a giant dump truck, and as you can see, this is a robot for sure, because you can obviously all see all the joints. This is obviously the shoulders, and which will be the crotch of Devastator, and this is the two hooks, and you see all the mechanical details here. This is robot details, not car details. Other than that, I'm quite disappointed because on the official image you can see all the windows here are painted with this blue color. This is like metallic dark blue thing, but here only this size got painted. This and this are not. So I'm quite disappointed about that. Other than that, we have some problem with this part here. So this is supposed to be the kneecap, and when you do it like this is too shallow, so it blocks the front wheel from moving. So if you want the sixth wheel to move, you have to push it down like this so that they roll together, which is quite disappointing. Other than that, we have a few details here and there. Like I really appreciate this ladder details to give the figures a more realistic vibe. This is the same thing that they did with the Leader Class Scavenger. And turn it around, we see some more red. Flip it up, and as you can see, this is a clearly robot body, but then again not that much, just because the transformation are simple, which is kind of strange for me, because to be honest with you guys, I grew up used to be the Leader Class figures, the one that requires a lot of transformation step. But now I'm introduced to the Studio Series line, so that I learned that the leader figures are just big, but not necessarily being that complicated. So that is a new thing for me as well. And other than that, this is a nice vehicle mode. So if I'm gonna display him, I'm gonna display him like this, not with this thing. I'm gonna come in detail with this thing now. So as you can see clearly, this is Big Master parts. So it is mostly gray with a lot of rings to it. This is like the drill crusher, and you got some metallic neon green on it, so which is a highlight, and it matched the colors of the Devastator eyes. So I really like this, and that's it. And now for some size comparison, this is Overload, and I'm gonna bring you in the Deluxe. This is scrap metal, as you can see. A little bit here and there, but I think they look good together. I'm gonna give it a turn so you can see that he is really long. Now we come to a Voyager, and this is Mix Master. Here, as you can see, they looks really good together. They're all construction site vehicle, and so their scale was supposed to be big. and I really like that. So standing them next to each other, makes me really happy. So I can't wait to display my full collection of Studio Series Constructicon together. And now we come with a leader class. This is the leaders class, Scavenger. As you can see here, Scavenger is really tall. They use the same maroon red color, I don't know, but I mean they shape the bodies of Devastator, so they look really nice together. Give it a turn. There we go. As you can see, they're both big and huge vehicle mode, and I really like that. Now let's jump to transformation. Upon transformation, the first step we want to do is to remove this piece away. Then we come to the front, open up these two pieces, then flip it up. As you can see, there are two tabs here are holding this whole area. We want to remove that, push that up, and then we got the face here. Flip the figures over, open these two pieces out, and then we bring this whole hip section out, flip the head and bring the hip section back. Now to the leg, bring these two out, put them here, bring up these pieces, the wheel, bring it up to the thigh, the second one like this as well, bring it out, flip out this shoulder guard, bring up the feet, bring this up as well, remove the ankle. This is a very important part. I'm going to explain it in the robot mode, that why this is important. Bring this up again. Now to the upper body. What we want to do now is to split this whole section. After splitting it, rotate it and bring it down like this, and then bring the whole thing down like so. Upon this, what we want to do is untap this here. See, there's a peg. I'm going to bring it closer for you. This is the peg for the front. You bring it out, bring this up, rotate this like that, then bring out this sub arms over here like that, and just re-angle this for posing. The second one, the same, you rotate it. The second one is the same, you rotate it, you bring it down like that, then you just push out the pegs. Just give me a second. This is a very tight joint like that. Bring it down for posing. Bring out the sub arm like this. See here, it plugs plug in this position, so you just need to pull it out like that. Relocate this joint, bring it up a little bit, up to the back of the arms. You just bring them out like this and fold it this. This will be the locking mechanism so that the arms stay in place for the robot mode. The same as here as well, like that. And we come to this part. You just want to remove the cockpit, take the cockpit out like this. There's this tab here, so you want to bring up the whole upper back section, and there's a peg here. It will plug into the hole right here. Just plug it in and then flip out this, and this will be the sub arms, the fifth arms, just like in the IDW comic. So this is Overlord in his robot mode, and I'm gonna say this, since we never actually saw Overlord in the robot mode from Revenge of the Fallen, so I'm gonna judging him from the point of a standalone Transformer figures. I'm not gonna mention like movie accurate or whatnot. So judging from this alone, I say him as a really good figures, because you have all the details that you would wanted from a leader class. Despite the boring transformation, I still enjoyed him as a solo figures, and upon that I gave Takara and Hasbro really high credit. Just look at the beautiful arms and sub arms, they look really nice. And if there are something that I want to say, that I think that there's some reference that they take from Scorponok to him. from the back arms or something that really looks like a scorpion tail, and then look at the claw hands, you get what I mean. So yeah, I think that they capture the spirit of a Constructicon to be wild and crazy, just like with all the other Constructicon figures. So yeah, he looks really nice. And now let's come to details. The first thing I want to say is I love this body of Overlord. Takara and Hasbro has done a really good job in capturing the spirit of a Constructicon, as you can see, to comprehend with the realistic looks of the micro base transformer. We have a lot of fake details of the vehicle mode, like the ladders, and this might be the front of the car, maybe. And then there are some vent here, which is like some cooling vent. And if you bring the head down, you see this whole area is painted, which is in a shiny silver paint, which catch the lights really nice. And I think this will be used to comprehend the look of Devastator in the future. I'm gonna have another video clip to talk about that. Up next, we got the face. As you can see, I find this face quite similar to Long Haul face. Unfortunately, I don't have my Long Haul next to me right now, but it looks similar with the shapes, but a little bit of difference here and there on the details, which is really nice. Back to the arm section, at first you can see that he has a really big shoulders. That is because this will be the thighs of Devastator. So we don't have normal Transformer hands, but we have this like hook and scissors hand. They made from a rubbery material, but I'm gonna give credit to Hasbro because they look really sharp. I really enjoy having them. This is like a good change. And as you see, the main arms here are painted with some silver highlighting here. This is the same paint as with the chest, same paint as the chest, and you got some here. But then the sub arms doesn't get any paint, and I'm gonna say this: what I really hate about this figure is this giant hollow pieces here. They serve no purpose at all, and they don't even bother to fill them. So I'm really disappointed with that. This is all hollow. It sucks. So the crosshair, the sections are actually painted red. So it is really delicate, and I really enjoy this detail. Other than that, the legs are quite short to describe this guy as a bulky Transformer body type. And then we have the thighs here, which are the wheel set. This is a fake wheels detail here. They don't rotate at all, they just fix piece of plastic. But this is the actual wheels, and what it does is that the legs look more beefy and more in scale. And down to here, I said to you the ankle is important. Why is the ankle important? Because this is a heavy, top heavy figures, which means that the bottom of the figure need to balance the whole thing. That is this actually used for. So if we send him with the wheels up, like the heels up like that, he can stand normally. But if I do this, I flip this over like that, he cannot stand at all. You see what I mean here. And speaking of that, I mentioned in one of my videos before that Overlord actually has two concept arts. One is like this and shown in the IDW comics. The other one is with six-legged, and then he looks like a spider thing. But then I'm glad that Hasbro used this concept. That makes him look really nice. Articulation wise, this head can look up that far and look down that far. It's on a ball joint, so he can do a full 360. Though it's limited due to this whole armor piece around his neck. His shoulder can move up like that and down due to the hinge joint, the ratchet joint over here. This is also Devastator hips, and there's a bicep swivel. This is also a Devastator joint, and the sub arms, there's a hinge joint, so it can move up this far and move back in this far due to transformation. There's also a joint here, so we can move up and down like this. The arms can do a 360 rotation for poses. And there's a joint connecting the wrist to the hand here. It's a double jointed, so you get some decent articulation out of it. Up to the main arms, there's a swivel, the bicep swivel. Here, double jointed elbow, so he can bring up the whole arm and do this. The hands just on the hinge joint, so this is all it can do. Nothing too major here. The legs can kick up this far. This is a really tight joint. I think that he can kick up more further away. Just try, let me. Yes, he can do a 360 kick, and there's no limit, and move back this far here due to the kibbles and everything. There's a ratchet tie swivel. It's really tight, and this is the bend of the knee, just a limited bend. That's what we got. We don't have any yes, we have some fit pivot, so he can stand spreading his leg like that, and he get a really good split. Like I said, the reason for this good split, it is because he have no armors at the torso section. That is why he has that good articulation. And one more point of articulation is that he benefits a lot from actually being the parts that connected the upper and the lower body section of Devastator. So that is why he had a lot of joint and everything. Up in the back, we have nothing much. We just have this if you want to pose it like up and down like this. And that is it for the articulation of Overload. Time for some size comparison. This is with Deluxe Bumblebee. As you can see here, Overload like twice the height of Bumblebee, which proves that he's a really big Decepticon. This is with Voyager Optimus. As you can see, they are on the same height, but Overload has the big shoulders, and the tip of the tails makes him a little bit taller than Optimus. And this is with Deluxe RC. As you can, for you information, RC is on the same height as Skid and Mudflap, the twins in Revenge of the Fallen. So if they are Skid and Mudflap Studio Series figures, I hope that they will be on the similar height with RC here. And so this is the end for my Studio Series Overload review. And as a recommendation, I highly recommend these figures as a solid piece or the add-ups to your Constructicon. This is a really wonderful piece. And for those of you that concerning and cares about the combining, I promise that I will do an update really soon about this matter. And that is for today. So subscribe to me on YouTube and don't forget to ring the bell. Also follow me on Instagram. That is where I do my updates and communicating with all of you guys. That's it for today. See you guys later. TonTon out.